Alright guys, we just got our first official trailer for Justice League Crisis on Infinite Earths. This is of course going to be an animated movie, actually animated trilogy, that we're going to be getting next year in 2024. It'll be the conclusion to the Tomorrowverse. The Tomorrowverse of course got kicked off just back in 2020 with Superman, Man of Tomorrow, and it's there's been some ups and downs. Superman, Man of Tomorrow, I love that movie. Batman the Long Halloween Part 1 and Part 2, that was also great. Justice Society World War II, that was a good movie as well. But everything else, for the most part, not the best. And so it kind of sucks that we're ending this universe so early, and especially to do such a big storyline here, it just doesn't exactly make as much sense, especially because Crisis on Infinite Earths is a storyline where a lot of characters die in the comics, but we haven't had the time to get to know these characters to the point where we'll even care about them, so that part kind of sucks, but there is some really cool stuff going on here. And another big complaint about this universe that everybody shares is just that so many large major events have just been skipped and left out of this universe. Like, literally at the end of Batman the Long Halloween Part 2, it was either the end or post-credit scene or something like that, suddenly the Justice League is already a thing. And yeah, so it's not great that we're getting this, but I mean the movies still look cool, and it is going to be a trilogy, which I do think is a smart move to make, but we technically got two trailers today. We got the trailer for Justice League Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 1, and then we also got an overall trilogy trailer, which both trailers are very similar. They have pretty much the same stuff, but there is some different shots as well, so I'll just be doing a combined trailer breakdown here. So the other thing is that they only released the trilogy trailer on YouTube and, you know, basically marketed it as the Part 1 trailer, but then the actual trailer for the Part 1 movie I've only found on Twitter, so those shots are going to be a little bit more blurry and less quality and more pixelated, but whatever, it's fine. So let's talk about Justice League Crisis on Infinite Earths. So, coming in 2024, we got some Batman, we got Jensen Ackles Batman, we got Darren Criss as Superman. That's the one highlight of this movie, is the cast is fantastic. We got a 3-part movie event, and we get to see some really cool characters right here. This is, I believe this is Fire right there. We got the Ray, we got that looks like one of the Marvels. Is that Darla? Is that her name? But either way, the one in the like pink/purple. I can't tell down there who that is, but there's another character with you know, the ability to shoot beams. There's Darren Criss' Superman again. And this great shot right here. Again, one of the biggest problems with this universe is they just skip over major events. Like, the Justice League was just suddenly already formed. And now we get here, not only is there Justice League, but it's a very large, expansive Justice League with characters we've never seen before. Batman in Batman the Long Halloween Part 1 or Part 2, which was the last time we had a Batman movie and the only time we've had Batman movies in this universe. He was in his early days as Batman, and now suddenly he has Robin, and a fully adult Robin. So we got Ted Kord, the original Blue Beetle. In the background, I feel like that might possibly be Black Lightning, maybe. We got Green Arrow. We got, I think, Aquaman with the long blonde Fabio hair. There's Fire again, and Robin as well. Then there is the Monitor. So the Monitor, of course, is the character that basically warns all of these heroes about the coming of the Anti-Monitor, who is the one that is trying to destroy the multiverse, basically. And so we get this great shot here, really showcasing that. You get Aquaman, you get Our Man down there as well, and some other heroes. This is an interesting shot right here. So, in the background, we got a bunch of our heroes again. Looks like there's a Hawkman. That's the only one I can really notably point out, it does seem to be there's two Ted Cord Blue Beetles, but obviously right front and center we have two different Supermen, and I couldn't tell for sure, but in the trailer it did kind of sound like one of them was maybe voiced by Jerry O'Connell. Jerry O'Connell, of course, voiced Superman in the previous DC animated movie universe, with the New 52 universe that, of course, came to an end with Justice League Dark Apocalypse War. So that was one of my biggest theories about this Crisis on Infinite Earths movie, is if you do an animated Crisis and you want to do a bunch of cameos, you can do cameos of returning voice talent from that universe. That was my main assumption. That would be the easiest thing to do. So again, I couldn't really exactly tell, and there's not an official cast list out there anywhere, but the reason that makes me skeptical about it is also just because these two Supermen look exactly the same. And that's something I'm going to be really disappointed in, is if they're bringing in other versions of characters from other versions of animation, but then they're just using the same exact animation style as the Tomorrowverse, which already is probably one of the worst animation styles in all of DC. So I think that would be pretty stupid to do, especially because, I mean, the greatest example of the multiverse when it comes to superheroes is the Spider-Verse movies. And one of the best parts about those is how each character from different universes has their own unique animation style. If they don't do something like that here, that's going to be really stupid, is the best way to put it. This is a great visual right here, showcasing the multiple Earths. Matt Bomer's Flash, Barry Allen, is kind of going to be our main character for this film. There's that again. And it seems like he's actually getting married to Iris West. And so we're here at the wedding. And of course, as always, the wedding's got to get interrupted by some villain. Just like how in the Arrowverse, Barry and Iris tried to have their first wedding and then they got attacked by Nazis from a different universe. So I don't know if it's also going to be Nazis from a different universe here. But either way, they're getting married. We got the Justice League there. We got Vixen. We got John Stewart, Green Lantern. We got our Oliver Queen. This is a shot from the Part 1 trailer on Twitter. This is just a really cool shot right here of Barry just like running through the multiverse, I guess, and you can see just all the different Earths blowing up and exploding and being destroyed. There's that shot again. And now Barry says that he saw one of these other Earths destroyed. So he goes to a different Earth, and we're introduced to Johnny Quick and the rest of the Crime Syndicate. So the Crime Syndicate is from a storyline in DC Comics called Crisis on Two Earths. There was an animated movie about it. Great movie. Really enjoyed it. And basically, it's on a different Earth where the Justice League on this Earth are the villains. And then villains in our universe, like Lex Luthor and the Joker, they're actually the good guys in this universe. So we have here Power Ring, we have Owlman, we have Superwoman, and we have Ultraman. You can obviously see the resemblance to their Earth Prime or Earth 1, whatever you want to call it, counterparts, the versions that we know and love, but not so much in this universe. Barry, he gets, I don't really know exactly what's happening here, but I'm assuming it's the lasso of truth, and he's getting electrocuted, and now suddenly he is back on his Earth, or is this a different Earth? Either way, it's at like some sort of press conference where the Justice League is being officially announced to the world, which, I mean, it's about time, and we never got to see that as audience members. It was just like, boom, there's a Justice League. But our core lineup here is Superman, The Flash, Vixen, Green Arrow, Martian Manhunter, and Batman. I think maybe Wonder Woman is there too. But personally, I think that's a great lineup. I love the addition of Vixen and Green Arrow. Obviously not like core. I mean, they are core members to the Justice League, but I mean, in most recent iterations of the Justice League, like the Justice League movie, like we didn't have these characters there. Obviously, Green Lantern's there as well, John Stewart, Batman, and they're fighting a character that I thought kind of looked like Metallo, and it kind of does. But I'm not really sure what's going on here, because you had this one robot character and the Justice League are fighting them, but then there's also this other robot character. And this robot character right here was on the Blu-ray cover art for this film. And when I did my video breaking that down, I was like, I have no clue who this is. My best guess was Robot Man from the Doom Patrol, because it kind of looked like him. Maybe it was Metallo. I don't know. But so you got these two robots right here, and then you also get to see Lex Luthor is returning from Superman Man of Tomorrow, and he is in some sort of mech suit. So neither one of these look like his mech suit from the comics or really any iteration that I've seen before, but I'm assuming one of these two robots is Lex in a suit. My best guess is this one, which I think is insanely stupid of them to do, because it's a terrible design. Like, why would you not want to do the classic Lex Luthor suit, or at least something similar to it? I mean, this looks like it's not even in the same colors or anything. This could be maybe Lex Luthor from a different universe. This does actually kind of look like the suit that they had going on Justice League Crisis on Two Earths. So we'll see on that. Harbinger shows up as well, so that's pretty cool. Harbinger, of course, is a core character from the Crisis on Infinite Earths comic book. There's the Crime Syndicate once again. There's our two Supermen. There is the Monitor. There's Supergirl. Supergirl, of course, returning from this Legion of Superheroes movie. She shows up, and of course we have the return of Brainiac 5 from that film as well. I still haven't even seen that movie. Barry Allen, the Flash, of course, traveling through the multiverse. Again, Robin is just there. We also have the Huntress as well. There's the Crime Syndicate. Zatanna. That's cool that she's involved here. I don't know who that other character is there next to her, but she's pulling some very Doctor Strange magical moves there. Barry and Iris are there together. The universe is ending. Oh no, it's so emotional, except we don't care about these characters. There's Wonder Woman, there's Superman. I don't know who that character is with the A on his chest. If you do know, let me know in the comments below. And we do also get to see Red Tornado is there. This character off to the right, I think, is maybe the Shade, or is that Zatanna's father? I don't really know for sure. But then, yeah, oh no, everybody's dying. There's Lois Lane and everything. There's two Supermen. But again, we don't really care about these characters that much. And then this great end of the trailer is just Barry with this fantastic expression on his face. It looks like he's dying. Which could be interesting. But yeah, guys, Justice League Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 1, the whole trilogy as well. It's going to be coming out next year. I'm looking forward to watching it, but I don't really have, like, a huge amount of faith that it's going to be great. But I do think it is a smart move to make it 3 separate movies. The trailers were good. Just, you know, we'll see. So, anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think about this official trailer, or official trailers for Justice League Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 1 and the trilogy as a whole? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And thanks for watching. Please drop a like if you enjoyed this video and hit the subscribe button so I can keep up to date on everything that goes on in the DC life.